You're listening to the Occupational Philosophers with Simon Banks and John Rice.
Hello and welcome to the Occupational Philosophers, a not-so-serious business podcast that comes to you fairly often, mashing up the world of creativity, curiosity, and a big healthy dash of philosophy. We are smack bang in the middle of the Christmas and festive season, which is why it's such a pleasure to be joined from the UK by my co-host, co-producer, and discusser of many things, John Rice in the UK. Good morning, John. What's caught your curious eye this year?
Good morning, Simon. Well, there's plenty of stuff, but I'm going to talk to something that's far more recent in the news, and it's about a piece of art, a banana that was duct taped to a wall. I'm sure that everyone saw it in their social feeds or whatever. It was quite a moment of outrage, as much as anything, with the fact that somebody paid $6.2 million for this. We don't know what's happened now to said banana, although previous work by this particular artist, Maurizio Cattelan, where he created these back in 2019, somebody just ate it and recalled the piece of art Hungry Artist. So it's a bit of a trend here, but the most recent one is the fact that one of those created in 2019 just sold for that huge amount of monies. So that caught my curious eye because it goes to the very heart, Simon, of something that we've discussed a few times, which is what is art and what is the value of art? So shall I just step back and let you fill the void? Because you feel very passionate about this.
Well, John, I've been waiting 5 years for someone to ask this. Well, what's interesting about this case, around this story, first thing is this is not a fly-by-nighter, if that makes sense. Someone who's just wandered off the street and taped a banana to the wall and gone, done, there's my art. Because someone will always say, I could have done that and I could sell it for a lot more, which is, well, you didn't do it. And your chances are you couldn't sell it for more because you don't have a name, a history, a background, experience, something interesting to say. So there's a little bit more to this. And initially, when the artist sold it the first time, 2019, sold for $122,000. So it's an exponential rise between last time and this time. And this artist is also known for his humor in art, which goes back to things that very sort of Dadaism, if you can remember that, which is back in sort of the late 1800s, early 1900s. Marcel Duchamp, he had an artwork called Pan, which was a toilet seat. He said, if I call it art, it is art. And also the bull, which was the seat of a bicycle, sort of pointed down, and the handlebars were the horns. So if you imagine that look of an old rotted out skull of a cow. So this has been going on for a long time. So there's a bit more to this story than just outrage and I can't believe someone paid for it. Look, the figure that the guy did pay from, a crypto bro, let's call him, yeah, he paid over the top, what I would think, for it.
Yes. Justin Sun, he was a crypto executive. He received neither the banana or the duct tape. He just got a digital certificate that gives him permission to tape a banana to a wall and call it The Comedian, which is the title of that said piece of expensive art.
Yeah, so it's like it's on the artistic blockchain, isn't it? Like you can trace where it came from, and you have permission to recreate it.
This is a bit ship of Theseus. I mean, it's quite nice. We got crossover into philosophy here. The ship of Theseus being the idea that if I replace a wooden plank on the ship, is it still the ship of Theseus? If I replace the mast, is it still the ship of Theseus? Until I've replaced every single component of said ship, is it still the ship of Theseus? It's otherwise known in the UK as Trigger's Broom, for people who are only Fools and Horses fans. But anyway, the point is, if the banana keeps changing and the duct tape keeps changing, is it still the artwork called The Comedian by Maurizio Cattelan? There you go. There's another thing to explore.
Well, I think when he first sold it the first time, he said, yeah, again with the certificate, you can, because obviously the banana would rot over time. I'm giving it like maybe, 2 weeks before it goes black, or maybe faster in a hot environment.
I suspect it depends. Yeah, it depends on the art gallery. or the room at home that you've attached it to the wall on.
Yeah, so he gave permission for the person who bought it to, I think, again, I might have this wrong, but use the original tape maybe and then put it back up. But I think this one was, you almost bought the concept and I think also bought status. It's saying this in a negative way, but he's bought like, this has entertained my mind. I want to pay for this because it says something bigger than all of us, if I think.
As you say, so the value is in the concept, in the idea, rather than the physical artwork in that instance, isn't it? Suits crypto because it's
No
just
one
out
knows
there
why
in
it's
the
worth
ether.
so much.
Yeah. But it's currency, isn't it? It's a currency that everyone agrees is worth something. So like you say, it's no different maybe to Bitcoins or anything like that, is it? We go, this is worth $6.2 million, same as a Bitcoin's worth $100,000 or whatever. Yeah, you just go, okay, yeah, there we go. We've solved it. That's the art world and crypto in one. Bloody hell, we're geniuses.
We should rename it Art Crypto Bros. Yeah. I want to be a bro.
What should we solve next week?
My boys tease me all the time that I'm the opposite end of bro. Like us. I think I need a bit more bro in my life. So, Dad, you can't get in those red shoes, man. Oh, look at the size of your glasses frames. Don't rock up to my friends like that. I need a bit more, bro. Now, the reason why I like this, though, it's not a linear discussion. Like, there's so much going on here, and you have to be, which I think goes to many things, take a breath, stand back, and if you don't understand, that's okay. But just stand back and sit in the grey area or / frustrating area for many, right?
Which I find people are really good at on X.
Twitter's taken that on really well. Yeah.
Stepping back. I wonder if you should have a sort of take a breath, pause before an X tweet or twit or twex goes out. What do you call it, a twex?
Interestingly enough, I read the other day, like from a business perspective, since the US election, and we won't go too much into this, but they've lost 10% of their audience has gone to Blue Sky. So 10%. If you think on a business, nothing else than, ad revenue, that's unbelievable to lose 10% of your audience. So that's a huge, someone talks around what Senor Musk, what a great businessman he is. But I just thought, wow, that's a pretty serious, and it only had like 300 million users or something or so, but lost a fair whack of those. Anyway, we're veering and off where we ever intended.
He's a bit distracted now, though, isn't he? To be fair.
Yeah, no, this is not our vibe. So.
Yeah, hey, this is not Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
We've definitely got a sort of slight Christmas hysteria, I think, coming through in this episode, Simon. So look, rather than just be two blokes blathering on, let's bring ourselves back to our podcast, which is What's Got Our Curious Eye, something that might be about creativity, imagination, philosophy, or whatever. There you go. That was mine. A banana taped to a wall. You've probably got something a bit more profound or deep as you reflect on the year.
I do, which isn't always the case, but in this moment, I don't know if it's more profound, but brain rot is the Oxford word of the year. And brain rot is referring to the startling impact the internet is having on our grey matter. And look, this word first came out, was portended almost 20 years ago when scientists studied the effects of a new invention called email, specifically a relentless barrage of information would have on participants' brains. The results, constant cognitive overload, had a more negative effect than taking cannabis, with IQs of participants dropping an average of 10 points. And this is pre-smartphone. So given that we spend so much time, well, myself, someone who's got a very short attention span and takes medication to help with that. But when you look at reels, they're tailor-made for just 15, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, funny, stupid stuff happening, and you're stuck there. So this idea of we're shrinking our grey matter by the amount of time we spend online, which I would put myself there, like literally rotting our brain. Happy Christmas.
We're not adding to that predicament at all, are we?
It doesn't say audio.
People listening to this are probably having a similar rate of decline.
It doesn't go into audio. I didn't want to scroll down that far.
But yeah, no, I did see that. It is one of those worrying things where you go, is there any way back? Is the genie out of the bottle, as it were?
People who are coming into it now, let's say Gen Z and possibly younger, a lot of people go to dumb phones because, like the old Nokia 360 or whatever it was, the old bricks, only because they're realizing, hey, this is having a negative impact on me. So it's like probably our generation are just as much in trouble as, anyone young. We like to blame everything on everyone young when you get old and grumpy. However, yeah, there are people who go, no, this isn't for me. And especially if you're younger with the impacts of things like anxiety and all those different things as well, that people go, no, I need a bit of a change. But yeah, it's full on. And there's a quote here. What will happen if we don't get a handle on our declining cognitive health? The former Google design ethicist, Tristan Harris, told US Congress in 2019 that billions of people, a psychological footprint about the size of Christianity, now receive their information from platforms whose business model links their profit to how much attention they capture, creating a race to the bottom of the brainstem to extract attention by hacking lower into our lizard brains into dopamine, fear, and outrage to win. That's a bit heavy, isn't it?
And a partridge in a pear tree.
Anyway, it's recency bias. Should have caught my eye this year.
Yeah.
Didn't say it was going to be good.
Yeah. Can't wait to get the latest smartphone
about
for Christmas.
To order an iPhone 16 tomorrow.
Roll
Max
on.
with a big screen.
Happy brain rot, mother.
Go put yourself in the chair.
So what's going to happen? We're going to take a break, and I think we're planning to be back sort of early February.
That feels about right. Australia closes down for the next month. A big drinking and getting burnt at the beach sort of month. So that's about to start. So nothing happens. And we're
all just about to climb in a cardboard box and hibernate until February or beyond. I'm like the Blue Peter tortoise.
The last time I was in the UK, I think we left on the 13th of Jan to come home, and it was officially recognised as the saddest day of the year in England because all I was in the Radio 1 and all the songs all day was trying to cheer everyone up because all the New Year's finished, all the holidays have done, everyone's back at work just going.
There's quite a few contenders for saddest day of the year in the UK. I could point to quite a few of those.
And it's funny, it was that day that we came home, so I just made me laugh. Saddest day of the year. Come on, guys, we can do it. It's only 3 months till it gets warm. Come on. Now, John, at the end of our episodes, we always say these things. Stay curious, play more, make stuff, have fun.
Drink eggnog,
and date life. Now, the reason I brought these on a little bit earlier is what a great time to do it. Like, hopefully the break gives you a little bit of a chance to try something you mightn't have done, go on a new adventure, connect with people you might have let slide, but they're really interesting. So I think this is a really good time to put some of that stuff, put it into the world.
Yeah. And I'm going to be making stuff. I've got a bowl of fruit just off to the side here and a roll of duct tape. And I know what people are getting for Christmas.
Okay. I like this. Yeah. Well, I am actually making stuff. I'm going to doing some paintings for my brother for Christmas this year because he's got some very sad wall space in his house. So I said, look, all right, we'll sort this out. So that's my little gift to him. Now, John, that's us, Derek, and we've got to do it. People have dropped
I think
out
we've got
now.
to sort of, we're going to dip out now and say, Simon, have a fantastic festive break.
You too.
And thanks to everyone who's taken a moment to listen in. Provide reviews. If you haven't already for the year, do provide a review. Check us out on occupationalphilosophers.com. Get in touch if you would like to suggest a guest or suggest a topic to explore. It's always good to hear from people, and we'll look forward to more fun and frivolity, philosophy, creativity, imagination and curiosity in 2025.
Boom, boom.